What did you discover with respect to Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, and others in Red China?
Well, China is the great marketplace that everybody seems to be going to, right? Or at least they were during the Obama administration. And the same thing applied with the Bidens. The story really begins in December of 2013. Joe Biden is going to Asia for a series of meetings. The center of those meetings is going to be with Chinese officials. And Hunter Biden is on Air Force Two with him. Now, you would look at the public accounts and think this was just sort of a social thing. But during the time that they were in Beijing, we don't really know what Hunter was doing. There's no schedule of his meetings. But Joe Biden was meeting with Chinese officials, and he was criticized by the Washington Post and others for being soft. The Chinese had erected these air defense zones in the South China Sea. They're making these territorial claims. Joe Biden never even brought up publicly the fact that those issues existed. So he was very soft on the Chinese. Curiously, 10 days after they come back from that trip, Hunter Biden's boutique investment firm, Rosemont Seneca Partners, inks a $1 billion, with a B, deal with the Chinese government, not a Chinese bank in the country, the Chinese government. And they create something called Bohai Harvest RST. And this is basically the Chinese government putting $1 billion in, then it's expanded to $1.5 billion. And what they're going to do is they're going to invest in assets in the United States and elsewhere, and Hunter Biden's going to help them do it. Now, to put this into context, Mark, this little boutique firm that Hunter Biden has, Rosemont Seneca Partners, he has no background in private equity, he has no background in China, gets a deal that's part of the Shanghai Free Trade Zone that no other investment bank has. Not Goldman Sachs, not Deutsche Bank, none of them do. They're going to get Chinese government money in the Shanghai Free Trade Zone, and they're going to invest in the United States and elsewhere. And what they end up doing, Mark, is buying companies.
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
So they don't need this little boutique firm
No.
to invest $1.5 billion.
No.
But it's better if they can wash it through Hunter Biden's company.
Right.
10 days after the vice president was in China on official business with his son trotting along on Air Force Two.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And they also need Hunter Biden's help, though, because the investments they make in this company, Bohai Harvest, RST. Now, remember, Hunter Biden's on the board of directors of this financial firm, and his business partner, Devin Archer, is on the investment committee. They start buying assets in the United States that are dual-use technologies. Dual use.
Civilian and military.
Correct, exactly. So it has military implications. They buy this precision tool company, creates anti-vibration technologies called Henniges in Michigan. That transaction is required approval by CFIUS.
What's CFIUS?
CFIUS is the federal government's Committee on Foreign Investments in the United States.
Different cabinet officials or their surrogates have to actually approve these deals.
Exactly, because they're militarily sensitive. And look, I think it's pretty clear if you have the son of the vice president involved with the investment firm that's making this investment, even though it's the Chinese government doing it, that's pretty darn good cover. There's another investment they make in China General Nuclear, CGN, which is a company based in Hong Kong. They become shareholders in this. Again, the son of the vice president's on the board of directors of this company. They buy part of CGN. Within a year, our FBI is charging CGN with stealing nuclear secrets in the United States. So these are the kinds of transactions that are occurring. The problem from the standpoint of Hunter Biden is we have no idea how much he was being paid, and this is only the first deal that he does in China. There's another one called Rosemont Realty, which is a real estate firm. Hunter Biden is a co-founder of this real estate firm. A Chinese company called Gemini Investments, which is linked to Costco, which is a famous Chinese company tied to the Chinese military. Gemini comes in and buys 75% of Rosemont Realty in 2015. So Hunter Biden is doing deals in Ukraine. He's also doing deals in China.
But he's awash in Chinese money.
Yes.